Take a look at this, Chef Zae. Jordan Schultz, NFL national reporter. Browns are receiving heavy interest on David Njoku. They remain highly unlikely to trade him. They view Njoku as part of the long-term future. So again, I take those as indications they view this as more of a pivot, short-term rebuild rather than a full-on, take the engine out and drop the blocks and see what we got. So the fact that you're hearing those kind of things, like you said, where there's smoke, there's fire, people are picking up the phone and they're saying we're not trading Njoku, is what we are hearing right now.
That scares me about that is every time you hear someone put their foot down and be like, "Oh, we're not doing this." Next thing you know, there's a notification saying David Njoku was traded for a second and third. You know what I mean? So that's the one thing that I'm scared about. But no, this is in no shape or form should the Browns tear the studs out, and that's what I don't understand. You have Grant Delpit under contract. You have Myles Garrett under contract. You have Denzel Ward under contract. Injuries, that's another story. You have David Njoku under contract. You have a lot of your key guys under contract for the next few years. And then the most important things that you need in order to win is a defensive line, a edge rusher, and a solid corner, which you have two of those. And then on the other side, offensive left tackle, right tackle, and a quarterback, which the Browns are in search for now with a quarterback. So I don't get this notion that, oh, let's trade Myles Garrett for 3 first rounders and this, and let's get rid of David Njoku and collect all these assets. It's funny to me how all of a sudden um the three like these picks aren't relevant. Like there was a war with the Deshaun Watson thing with the picks, and now there's another war with the picks in terms of Myles Garrett. It's just funny how it's all coming full circle. And now picks matter and they don't matter. Have you seen it as well?
Oh yeah, yeah. And again, I think the key question is, do you view it as a short-term rebuild? In other words, can
Mm-hmm.
you find a way to get back to the playoffs next year? If you do, I don't even know if you trade Zadarius Smith at that point. You certainly need a wide receiver, you need a quarterback, you need a tackle, be it right or left. You need those three things. Can you get three guys that can start in free agency and the draft? And you're going to be hamstrung because that contract to Deshaun Watson still on the books. If you think you can get those three things via free agency, and then you're right there again as a playoff team.
And you talk about the money aspect. That's the one reason why I don't think Andrew Berry is going to get canned this year. He put us in this hell cap crisis. And he's going to be the one to get us out of it. You don't have a better guy to fix money and to move money and to make money appear out of thin air than Andrew Berry, regardless of how you feel of what he does in his draft or free agency or whatever the case may be. I think that's where they need to bring in a better, in the terms of John Dorsey, a better football guy to help with the football operations. But I definitely think that this is, I mean, it's the same exact roster as last year. How are we this bad? That's why I don't think it's a talent issue. It's not, this is a culture issue, which is weird because the culture was great last year when we were winning. So no big rebuild, pump the brakes. Let's just soft rebuild.
I think it's culture and scheme. I don't, whatever you were trying to do, it didn't work. Don't do that again because it didn't work.